And welcome back. Well, more than 20 years ago, someone killed Nicole Brown Simpson and her friend Ron Goldman, and their deaths and the trial against OJ Simpson for the crimes caused a media frenzy. Today, Nicole's sister Tanya Brown is here to talk about what happened after that.
Yeah, Tanya Brown has authored 2 books to help people overcome difficult, traumatic situations. She wrote a memoir called Finding Peace Amid the Chaos, My Escape from Depression and Suicide. She also wrote The 7 Characters of Abuse, Domestic Violence, Where It Starts and Where It Can End. Tanya is now a voice against domestic violence as well as a motivational speaker. She's in town for an event that's happening, but we're super excited to welcome you here to the Morning Blend.
Thanks for being
you.
here.
Yeah, absolutely.
First time in Milwaukee, right?
Very first time.
Welcome.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're
Thanks.
one of 4 girls.
I am.
So in the birth order, Nicole Brown Simpson was number 2. Second oldest, and
Right.
you're second youngest.
Yep.
You were just...
I'm the baby.
Oh, you're the baby.
Yep.
You're the youngest
Yep.
of 4.
I'm the only child of 4.
I get that, yeah.
So true. I'm a baby as well.
You know, there's been so much, again, in the media as it relates to her, especially the trial, I think, that ensued after her death. And this FX series and a lot of people in the news. I mean, we're seeing Marcia Clark back being interviewed and Christopher Darden and all the people involved. What's your take on everything, if you could sum it up?
You know, it was shocking. Nobody from the show contacted us. I found out I was in a boot camp, a speaker's boot camp, and somebody said, "Oh, I just found out who's playing you in this FX movie." I'm like, what? Not one person, not one actor, not one producer contacted my family. But how I take these situations, anytime that this case is in the media, it gives us and other advocates an opportunity to share the message, because Nicole really is the face of domestic violence, sadly, but it was a choice that we made when we were getting letters from the Browns, Dana Point, California, the Browns, California, just the Browns.
Yeah.
And we were listening to all these letters, and it was survivors, victims, children sharing their stories of domestic violence. So we listened to the world, to the community, and we decided to be the voice for domestic violence prevention.
I think it's wonderful that you've turned it into something so positive to be able to do, to honor her legacy in that respect. But why do you think it is that people don't contact you? Is it that they kind of, everybody has their own opinion and they just sort of want to go with that? Or why do you think that is?
Well, we're kind of a boring family. So, you know, Hollywood is exciting and it's animated. And with us, we just we go to work, we come home, we have coffee or tea, and we walk the dog. I mean, we're so not Hollywood. We're not the family that a lot of people think we are. We're beach people, we're casual, we walk around the harbor. So I think if Hollywood interviewed us, it would have thrown them off.
Falsely.
Yeah.
A little
They'd be bored.
Oh, we need to beef this up.
They'd be bored.
Was it obvious to you during Nicole's life that she was a victim of domestic violence? Did you know that OJ Simpson was, that there was violence in their relationship?
Not at all. And in fact, when I was, because as you mentioned with the title of my book, My Escape from Depression and Suicide, 10 years after my sister's murder, I tried to commit suicide. Obviously, I'm not good at that. I'm still here.
Thank God.
But thank goodness. And that's why I know I'm here for a bigger purpose, to share with people that if you don't walk through the tornado of pain, it will catch up with you. But when I was in the psych unit, I got mad. I threw my teddy bears, my rubber pencils. I almost hit my therapist, my psychiatrist. I was horribly angry over the fact that my sister never shared it with me. And she had so many opportunities. For example, in 1992, it was New Year's Eve, and she says, "Tonight I'm asking for a divorce." Perfect opportunity to share her story with me. And she didn't. And she said, "Am I doing the right thing?" And I said, "Do you love your kids?" And she goes, "More than I love myself." I said, "Then you're doing the right thing." Never said anything about her abuse. You know, that's what victims do. They hide it. They know the story that lives behind the doors. You know, you drive through these beautiful, I mean, I saw Lakeside, all of that. There's stuff happening behind those doors. Not all of them, but, you know, it doesn't see color, money, race, nothing.
Right.
You walk this earth, breathe the air, it can happen to you.
Well, and I think that's what's so important about what you're doing. You're working with the Women's Center, and that's why you're here in Milwaukee. They have a 24-hour crisis hotline.
Right.
It's an important thing. But I think just noting that that's something that people don't talk about it, that they stay silent and isolated, and the need to break that silence and have the conversation.
Exactly.
Are there other things that you've learned that you share when you speak that you think really helps people come out and tell people or admit or get help?
It's creating a comfortable forum like what we're doing today. It's creating a forum. So kind of like this, we're creating a forum and we're making people feel comfortable. Let's have a conversation. Jealousy, you know, everybody always thinks that domestic violence, you need to be physically assaulted, and that's not the case. That's why the title of my book is 7 characters.
Yeah.
Because you have to like experience these 7 different types of abusive situations or people, characters, before you even get to the physical assault.
What are some examples of those 7 different characters?
The jealous stalker is number 1. I think a lot of women, especially the young girls today, they always think jealousy is a sign of love, and it's not. It's checking up on you. Domestic violence is it's all about power and control. The emotional robber, somebody who doesn't allow you to feel, helps you, you know, it says if you don't stop crying, go to your room, I'm done here. You know, you're not allowed to really be yourself. Then there's the pseudo-parent, who is the person like the OJ Simpsons of the world, who are great and charismatic outside, but at home they're a monster.
Yeah.
I'm not saying there was, that there was any physical assault on the kids at all, but there was definitely emotional abuse on my sister. In the state of California, if there's any type of abuse and there's children in the house, it's considered child abuse. I don't know what the laws are here in Wisconsin, but those are a few. And then there's the financial monger, the money monger, the one who controls all the money, you know, which is fine. You know, I want my partner to control the money, but I want conversation. I want to be in on it.
If it's a partnership.
Exactly.
Right, and if they control the money, it limits your options.
Absolutely.
And that's part of
one of the many reasons why women stay.
Exactly. So people can find out more at your website, tanyabrown.net. That's where they can also find both books, your memoir,
books,
as well as the more recent book, which is The 7 Characters of Abuse, Domestic Violence, Where It Starts and Where It Can End. There's also a hotline that you've shared with us that we want to make sure people know about at the Women's Center. This is a 24-hour hotline. It's a great place to call, to get information, to just ask questions. If you need help, you've never reached out before, you can do that now by calling 262-542-3828 or share the number with somebody that you are worried about.
Yeah, you know, you're not alone. So many victims of domestic violence, they feel so alone. I'm telling you, it's the same story, different face.
Yeah.
It's the same story, different face. You are not alone. I want you, if you're listening right now, can I?
Yes.
If you're listening right now, please call, because you can be a lucky one. And I get choked up. Oops, sorry. I get choked up because my sister's not a lucky one. I want people to remember where this can end. And we need to look at them as potential murder cases. If we don't start with that mindset, this will just keep going.
Really
Great work.
nice
Nice to meet you.
Thank you so much for being here. We appreciate it.
Thank you.